You ever have one of those days at work where it feels like you're fighting 1,000 tiny fires? You know, those little things that seem so small on their own, but by the end of the day, they've just completely drained your time, your money, and maybe even your soul? Well, today we're talking about how to fight back. We're going to dig into how smart technology can turn all those daily headaches into your biggest strengths. So let's just start with a really direct question. I want you to think about your own workday for a second. Where are the real bottlenecks? What are those repetitive tasks or clunky processes that just make you groan inside? Because honestly, just spotting those leaks is the absolute first step to plugging them for good. I mean, tell me if any of this sounds familiar, right? You've got that one piece of software that moves at the speed of a sloth. Or, oh, this is a classic, the email chain from hell that has like 50 replies just to get a simple yes. Or, my personal favorite, that soul-crushing manual data entry that makes you question every decision you've ever made. These aren't just little annoyances, you guys. They're symptoms of a much bigger problem. And here's the thing, while these problems are hiding right there in plain sight, so is the solution. It's kind of the unsung hero of almost every modern business. And it is definitely time we give it the credit it deserves. And here it is. The source material just nails it. IT is the backbone of your business. Seriously, think about it like that. When your backbone is strong, you can stand tall, you can move fast, you can take on pretty much anything. But when it's weak, well, that's when everything starts to feel a little wobbly. This slide just perfectly captures that danger. See, it's not some sudden dramatic crash. It's more like a slow, creeping decay. The wheels get a little shaky, the engine starts to sputter, and before you know it, your whole business is just running on fumes. Productivity drops and morale goes right down with it. And this, right here, is where the high-performing companies really separate themselves from the pack. They don't look at technology as just another cost on a spreadsheet. No, they see it as an investment. It's a strategic tool in their arsenal that's going to boost efficiency, fuel their growth, and basically secure their future. And they're not just saying it, they're actually doing it. And the numbers really don't lie. Check this out. A whopping 64% of organizations are planning to increase their IT budgets. This isn't just some passing trend, okay? This is a fundamental shift in how business is done. People are waking up to a pretty harsh reality. In today's world, if you're not investing in your tech, you're not just falling behind, you're basically choosing to become obsolete. All right, so how do you actually start fighting back? Well, first things first, you've got to know your enemy. We need to shine a big, bright spotlight on all those hidden costs that come from just clinging to the old way of doing things. You know, inefficiency is a master of disguise. It's that moment you realize you're juggling like 5 different chat apps just to talk to your own team. It's the eternity you spend waiting for that ancient computer to finally boot up. It's that mind-numbing task of copying and pasting data from one spreadsheet to another. And oh yeah, it's that frantic search for that one critical file you know is somewhere in one of the 3 different cloud services you're using. We've all been there, right? This slide really says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got chaos, confusion, and just plain frustration. And on the right, you've got clarity, efficiency, and a team that's actually happy to come to work. The choice is yours, really. You can stick with the old way and just watch your business slowly grind to a halt, or you can embrace the smart way and unlock a whole new level of productivity and growth. It's kind of a no-brainer. Okay, now for the fun part. Once you've actually identified all these problems, you're not just patching holes in a sinking ship anymore. Nope, you're actually building a brand new high-speed boat. Every single inefficiency you uncover is a golden opportunity to totally transform your business. Let's just call it what it is, a tech-fueled upgrade for your entire business. We're not just talking about fixing what's broken here. We're rebuilding your whole engine for speed, for power, and for efficiency. It's all about creating a well-oiled machine that can run circles around your competition. Okay, let's get specific. Imagine you're a small marketing agency. Let's say you spend, 5 hours a week just chasing clients for invoice approvals. That's 20 hours a month, 240 hours a year. Now, what if you could automate that entire process? Bam, you just got 240 hours of your team's time back. That's time they can now spend on creating brilliant campaigns, not hounding people for money. That's the real power of automation. And here's the beautiful thing about all this. It's not about making one giant, terrifying leap. It's about a whole series of small, super satisfying wins. Every single task you automate is a little victory.
And all those little victories, they add up. They create this snowball effect of productivity. And suddenly you have a team that's not just more efficient, but genuinely happier and more engaged. This is where the little guys get to fight back. Smart technology is basically the slingshot that lets you take on the Goliaths in your industry. It gives you the power, the efficiency, and the agility of a corporate giant, but all on a small business budget. It's time to punch above your weight and show the big guys what you're really made of.
Okay, so you see the problem, you see the massive opportunity, but you might be thinking, how do I actually get started? So let's break down a really simple action plan for building a smarter, way more efficient business. All right, deep breaths, everyone. I know this can feel a little overwhelming, but here's the good news. You don't have to burn your business to the ground and start all over again. The key is to just start small, one step at a time, one targeted improvement that makes a real, tangible difference. Here's your battle plan. It's simple. Step 1, figure out your biggest enemy. What's that one thing that is just sucking the life out of your business? Step 2, find your weapon. Look for the tools that can help you beat that enemy, but without breaking the bank. And finally, step 3, launch your attack. Implement one change, measure the results, learn from it, and then move on to the next target. And let me be really clear about something. This is not about collecting shiny new objects. It's about finding the right tool for the right job. It's about making smart, strategic investments that solve real problems and deliver a real return. You want to be a surgeon here, not just a collector. So let's wrap this all up by focusing on the payoff. Because every single smart IT decision you make today starts paying you back with a daily dividend of efficiency. It starts immediately and it just keeps growing over time. This is the prize, folks. This is what you're fighting for. We're talking more time to spend on what matters, more money in your pocket because you're cutting waste, more freedom to focus on growing the business, a company that's not just surviving, but actually thriving, and a team that's not just working, but winning. These are the real-world rewards of building a smarter business. So the most crucial point is this. When your technology is working for you, not against you, the positive effects just ripple through every single part of your organization, every single day. It's a continuous return on a very smart investment. And that brings us to the final thought. After everything we've talked about, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Based on your own daily frustrations and your biggest goals, what is the very first inefficiency that you are going to tackle?